Welcome to this quick video review of Invader Zim, Enter the Florpus. This video was recommended to me by one of my $5 patrons, and at that tier, you can choose one movie for me to watch. Hopefully it's a movie I've never seen before, and then I'll put out a lower effort than my usual content video talking about what I thought of it. So yeah, Invader Zim, Enter the Florpus. I enjoyed this show. I am familiar with the creator of the show. I've read some of his other books. They're not nearly as child-friendly as Invader Zim, but he has a really interesting art style, and it's really cool to see somebody with a very unique personal art style have that translated into a show. And so I guess that's one of the reasons why why I find Don Bluth's movies so appealing, because he has his signature art style that he imprints on all of his projects. And yeah, so I really like the art style of Invader Zim. And I've got to be honest, I have almost no experience with Invader Zim. The only times that I saw it were back when it was actually still running on TV. So that's a long time ago, and I was just a kid, and I guess its style of humor and the places that it went to narratively didn't really mesh with me, because I remember two things. I remember this one scene where there was a character who had his eyes replaced by a machine that Zim had made, and that made him think he was a squirrel or something. And there was another one where there was a robot fight going on inside of a character's brain, and this girl was the one controlling the good guy's ship. And then at the end of it, the guy gave himself a swirly in the toilet, which somehow rinsed Zim out of his brain. Yeah, so I don't know how accurate those memories are. I don't know what the context of those episodes are, but that's sort of my background. And I gotta be honest, the whole replacing the guy's eyes, that one really got to me as a kid. I was like, I didn't want to watch anymore. It was disturbing to me. I'm sure that if I watched it now, I would think, oh, so that's the tone they were going for. They were going for the tone of it being, a really over the top sort of horror flick. But because of the context of the show and everything, it's more humorous than frightening or disturbing. But, that context was lost on me as a kid. But yeah, let's talk about Enter the Florpus. The story felt kind of like one of the Phineas and Ferb movies, in that it raised the stakes a little bit and did something that had some lasting consequences, but still sort of left the show so that it could continue right where it left off if they ever so chose to do so. And I enjoyed its brand of gross out humor. It's like there's so much gross out humor that kids shows do, and it's all fart jokes and stuff. And they had some of that in this, but I really liked how they went into something a little bit more smart, like a guy getting fused to his desk chair, or a giant pile of nachos that characters are wallowing in. And I just think that's the sort of thing that is more unique, and it's it still has that, gross out quality, but it doesn't just do the simple toilets and poop and farts. It's come on, you can be better than that, and this show was. I think my favorite character in the entire show was the spaceship that the characters used to free their dad from prison. I think that ship's personality and the lines that it had were really good, and I liked how self-conscious the show was, because the ship said, fine, you can fly me, but make sure to disable the sensors on my seats so I don't sense your disgusting human butt sitting on me. And then after the ship makes like 5 more comments about how disgusting human butts are, one character is just like, what is it with you and butts? And so I liked that bit of a sort of being self-aware. But on the whole, the show is really self-aware. It knows that it's super silly and that it's a sort of a one-time revival of an old show that didn't get many seasons but has dedicated fans. And that's one of the things that I like about Netflix. Netflix greenlights so many projects that would never see the light of day otherwise. And while most of those projects have absolutely no interest to me, specifically their live action shows, because let's face it, I have so much animation to get through that it'll probably be years before I ever even try Breaking Bad. It's like, everybody's like, Breaking Bad is so good, you should watch it. And I'm like, yeah, great, that's great, but there's like 17 other animated shows that I would much rather watch, so it'll be a long time before I see Breaking Bad. And unfortunately, it seems like the animated content is the lesser produced content on every platform. So yeah, Invader Zim, Enter the Florpus. I think it was a good show. I enjoyed my time, and I'm glad that my patron recommended it to me. Thanks for watching.